Good morning, student. Now, in our previous lecture, we have studied about the routing table and routing and updation of routing table. Now, in this lecture, we are going to see the congestion control in network. Now, first of all, we have to learn about the TCP/IP. First of all, we have to learn about the TCP/IP. In our previous lecture, when we are going to started the network and when we have studied about the OSI model of the networking, then I have told you about the TCP/IP layers. There are 5 layers in TCP/IP that can work separately from the network, and each layer has the specific task, like application layer, data link layer, network layer, etc. Now see TCP/IP. TCP/IP is a collection of protocols like TCP, UDP, IP, HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, etc. Each protocol has a specific function used to communicate in the network. That means you can say that TCP/IP is a suite. Now you can say that TCP/IP is a suite of protocols. That means collection of protocols like TCP, UDP, IP, HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, etc. Each protocol has a specific function used to communicate in the network. Now here UDP is user datagram protocol. User datagram protocol. I think you all know about the other protocols like TCP is transmission control protocol, UDP is user datagram protocol, IP is internet protocol, HTTP is hypertext transfer protocol, HTTPS is hypertext transfer protocol secure, FTP is your file transfer protocol. Now if we have see about the TCP, UDP and IP, because HTTP, HTTPS, FTPS we have already studied in your previous classes. Now first of all you have to see the TCP. TCP ensures reliable communication and usage port to deliver the packet. That means TCP is, first of all, TCP is a first thing is connection oriented protocol. Connection oriented protocol, that means there is a direct connection between sender and receiver, and TCP is also used to frame the packet and reassemble the message using a sequence function to ensure the packets are reassembled in the correct order. In TCP, a connection must be built using a handshake process before information is sent or received. A handshake process means establishing a direct connection between sender and receiver with start signal, acknowledgement signal, etc. Now this is your TCP. Now in the case of UDP is a connectionless protocol. The main thing is, one is connection oriented protocol and UDP is connectionless protocol, and it allows information to be sent without using a handshake process. That means TCP is connection oriented protocol, UDP is connectionless protocol, TCP supports handshake and UDP does not support handshake process. Now third one is your IP. IP is a connectionless protocol responsible for providing addresses of each computer and performing routing. Main working idea of IP is to provide the address of the computer system or nodes connected in the network to rerouting or routing or to send the data packets to the sender or receiver. Now if we are going to see about the handshake process, then handshake, that means if you can say that this is your sender and this is your receiver. Now if we are going to establish the communication between sender and receiver, this communication will be like that. Suppose that here a start signal ACK is sent here. Now this ACK acknowledgement is received by the receiver, and receiver again send the acknowledgement to the sender, and now now the data communication or data transmission will take place. Now the data will be transferred to the sender and receiver. This type of mechanism is called handshake process. This is called your handshake process. This is called your handshake process. Now you can see that here handshake process before transmission is sent or received. Then you can say that this is your handshake process. Now you can see that TCP supports handshake process, but UDP does not support the handshake process. That means TCP include the handshake process. Now there is no need to go in deep or detail about the handshaking process. Just know what is the handshake process. Handshake just the concept of direct connection between sender and receiver. Now our next topic is network congestion. Network congestion. What is the network congestion? Congestion, that means traffic. You can say that congestion is the traffic. This is your traffic, network traffic. Now when network devices like router have to deal with huge amount of data incoming to them, then this type of situation is called network congestion. Suppose that when the routers are connecting to the network, receive huge amount of data, that means much and more data packets, then they have felt the congestion. How to recognize the congestion? Symptom of the network congestion are: first one is packet delay, loss of packet, and retransmission. This network traffic is similar as your road traffic. If you are going to somewhere and you caught the traffic, or you have the face that much and more traffic, then there are three symptoms. First, you can be delayed, late to your destination. You can cancel your journey or traveling. Second one is you can wait for some time to the clearance of traffic, and then you can start your journey. Similarly, in the network congestion problem, we are also having same problem and same solution. Now see how both are same. First one is symptom of network congestion are पैकेट डिले. डेटा पैकेट डिले हो जाएगा हमारा, डेटा पैकेट लॉस भी हो जाएगा नेटवर्क पे, बिकॉज वी हैव अलॉटेड अ फिक्स टाइम स्लॉट टू योर डेटा पैकेट. इफ इन दैट विद इन दैट allotted time data packet is not going to received by the receiver, then that packet already will be deleted or losted. Third one is retransmission. That means when data is not going to receive, then we have to retransmit the data. Now what are the problems due to congestion? First problem is receiver cannot send acknowledgement to the sender. That means if there are huge traffic in the network, suppose that if you are going to work in the network, suppose that this is our router, this is our network. Now this is again a way to work. Suppose that this is node 1, node 2, node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4. Now if we are going to send the data packet, suppose that node 1 to node 2, but we have seen that there are already much traffic in this route. Now we have to send this data packet. But we can seems that there is huge traffic or congestion on the network. Then what could be done? If this is going to be sent, but if this data packet is received at the receiver, then this receiver cannot send the ACK to node 1. एक्नॉलेज नहीं कर पाएगा नोड 1 को कि हमें डेटा रिसीव हो गया है. In this case, the node 1 is not going to receive acknowledgement from the node 4, that means receiver. Then this keep retransmitting the data again and again. ये बार बार यहाँ पे डेटा भेज रहा है. This will also increase the traffic of the congestion on the network. First problem is this. Now if you talk about the second problem, sender retransmit the data that increase the congestion on traffic, exactly what I have told now. Third one is reduce the network throughput. That means if our data is not going to received by the network, then it may possible N2 is also waiting for this route to clear this route to send some packets of our data. But if we are going to face like huge delayed packet or huge congestion, then they all are reduce the throughput of the network. That means this will lack of the performance of the network. Throughput, that means number of data packet received in per time second. So that's why this is the main problem of the congestion. Now you can see we have seen the problems due to congestion. Now what is the solution to overcome this congestion? Now the metering technique is used to control congestion in following way. That means a technique is used to handle the congestion. This is called your metering technique. In this technique, first we have used metering technique. That means we have limiting the data packet which is going to be sent on the network. First is sender maintains a limit of data that can be sent into network without acknowledgement. This is called flow control of data packets. That means when the sender is not going to acknowledge by the receiver, that means receiver acknowledge नहीं कर पा रहा है sender को, then in this case sender is going to retransmit data again and again. But this technique stop the sender, set the limit of the retransmission of the data without acknowledgement. This technique is used to control the flow of data. That means ये टेक्निक क्या कर रहा है, सेंडर को स्टॉप कर रहा है कि आप फ्लड मत बनाइए, वहाँ पे डेटा पैकेट को बार बार रिट्रांसमिट मत करिए, इतना ही ट्रांसमिट करिए. एक लिमिट सेट कर दिया है कि आप इतने डेटा पैकेट सेंड कर सकते हैं, रिट्रांसमिट कर सकते हैं विदाउट एक्नॉलेजमेंट. इफ़ वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू एक्नॉलेज, देन वेट फॉर द एक्नॉलेजमेंट. फर्स्ट प्रोसेस इज डन. सेकेंड इज it ensures the router is working as per its capacity and do not become overflow. Second way is to maintain your router as your best and efficient manner. That means router is working as per your capacity. If your router is not working as per capacity or router is going to failure, then already the transmission is delayed. So to ensure the working of router, some strategies are used. What are the strategies that is used to ensure the functioning of router? First one is your rerouting the data packets. Now if we are going to see with this figure, now you can see that here if this route is not going to free or clear, then this node can send the data from this way. This is called, that means node 1 is have to send the data through N2, node 2, node 3, then node 4. This is called rerouting of data to remove or to reduce the congestion of this network path, this link, this channel. This is called your rerouting of data. Now second one is inform the sender about congestion. Here if this is your sender and this is your receiver, this is sender, this is receiver. Now if there is the congestion in this network, now router will suppose that there is the data packet which is going to be sent by the sender. Now router inform the sender there is a congestion on the network, wait for some time, either you can choose the another route to send the data. This is your second mechanism. Now third one is delaying the transmission or retransmission depending upon the congestion level. Third mechanism is says that wait and watch. This is technique is called wait and watch. That means router is informing the sender that please wait for some time depending upon the congestion level. That means if the congestion is going to clear in very short time, then router will hold the sender, otherwise router will take the rerouting to send the data. Now this is the all about the congestion control on the network, and in our next lecture we have seen the network addressing. Now I hope it is clear to you. Now thank you for watching today.